Rusame reader, Crow Song! And today I will be reading to you from Black Coffee by MysterySaviour. But before we get into chapter 35, there is a warning that this gets pretty spicy. I've read it and I know that it doesn't get too far, but it is very implied that things will happen. That being said, on to Act 2, Chapter 35. Tell some more thing about fanfic. Well, for starters, this is a prime example of a fanfiction cliche. What mean? Russia asked, tilting his head, which America found adorable. America also found his broken English adorable, something he had only just noticed happened when he was drunk. You know, the alcohol, being absolutely wasted, that sort of thing. America chuckled, his old British drawl peeking out into his speech a bit. They had both quite a bit of alcohol, America having downed probably a whole bottle of whiskey and 3 beers, with Russia in the lead at 14 fucking cans laying in the recycling by the back door. He complained that he hated the taste of beer, but he kinda just stopped caring by his 5th can. America told him not to have too many, but it took a lot to get the guy drunk, especially on beer. America had wandered out here to find Morningstar, excusing himself from his friend and sister, and stumbled across a pretty much wasted Russia floating about in the hot tub. So clearly, the right thing to do in America's drunken state was to strip down to his underwear and cannonball in, like the safe and responsible adult country human he was. Currently, they were lounging about in the hot tub, giving in to the fanfiction gods and going along with the plot, although they were sitting 5 feet apart. Can't have everything, fanfiction gods. What else in fanfiction? America pondered the question, turning it over in his head before responding. Well, in hot tubs, something usually happens where the top is established in the relationship. Typically because they trap the bottom under them, or the bottom gets too feisty and they make them straddle them. Depends on the type of bottom you have. Russia raised an eyebrow, sipping his beer. Top? America chuckled, nodding. Yeah, top. The one who takes control during sexual things. Russia blushed, looking at his feet through the distorted surface of the warm water. Oh, was all he said. And that, my dear Russia, America mused smugly, is why I'm the top. You, top? Russia scoffed. Right, I believe when pig fly. America narrowed his eyes. Oh, you think you're a top? Damn right, Russia growled proudly, finishing off his drink. I'm top. You bottom. No, I am top. Bottom. Top. Bottom. America groaned in frustration and swam over to him, trapping Russia underneath him and pinning him by wrapping his arms around his neck and his legs on either side of him. I'm the top, he breathed, staring at Russia from behind his sunnies. Whatever make you happy, Grolik. Russia hummed, his eyes darting to America's lips for less than a second. The Russian roughly translates to bunny. America's brow furrowed. What does that mean? I've never heard it before. Russia shook his head slightly, smiling. You'll find out one day. America's expression soured, his body unconsciously pressing closer to Russia's, their breath mingling. That's not an answer. Yes, it is. Well, it's not a proper one. What you want to mean? America tilted his head, making his glasses lopsided. Russia felt his cheeks redden at the gesture, but chalked it up to the alcohol. That's not how it works, Ruski. Shoot these, the Slavic nation sighed, burying his face into America's neck, earning himself a cute squeak of surprise. It mean what you want to mean. Like how you believe something tastes good, will. When he spoke, his words vibrated against America's sensitive skin. It sent shivers down his spine, and his whole body shuddered. Russia chuckled into his neck from the other's actions, and a half-formed idea sprung into his perverted, drunken mind. I guess that makes some sense. America never finished that sentence, since he cut himself off with a gasp. Russia had sunk his teeth into his white skin and made a tight grip around America's thin waist. What are you doing? America half giggled in surprise, trying to find his words through the swimming thoughts and emotions in his brain. Russia just smiled against his skin and sucked on the mark, drawing out another gasp from America. Fuck, you're good at this. America laughed breathlessly, squeezing his thighs around Russia's hips, making the country under him growl seductively. America smirked and slipped a finger under Russia's chin, tipping his face towards him. If I knew you felt this way, baby, we could have done this sooner. America purred, peppering butterfly kisses along Russia's chiseled jaw and tracing his fingers along his rippling muscles. Russia groaned needily. God, you hot. America chuckled devilishly and tilted his head back up to come face to face with the Slavic man, glancing down at his mouth with half-lidded eyes. With barely a second more, America connected their lips hungrily. Russia closed his eyes, losing himself in the kiss. It was passionate, warm, and sloppy. God, did he taste good. Their lips meshed perfectly, and it felt almost fictional. He was here with his favorite person, and they were kissing. Jesus, this guy was a good kisser. And America's scent was extremely intoxicating, like vanilla frosting mixed with pine needles. Two of Russia's favorite things, right under America, which is where he was right now.
А Боже, почему это так хорошо?
That roughly translates to, oh God, why does this feel so good? Bushbat. That roughly translates to wait. Russia pulled away, ending their kiss with a wet pop. Do not you have boyfriend? Good God, I love your broken English. America panted, lurching forward and pressing their mouths together again. Russia desperately using all his willpower to not lose himself right there. He pushed America back again. Vietnam, Russia reminded him sternly, a worried look crossing his face. He had been cheated on before, and he was not really keen on inflicting that on anyone else, even someone he was jealous of. America sighed, using his arm around Russia's neck to push Russia's hair out of his face. Sweetheart, we've been on 2 dates, one of which I admitted to trying to use him. Now, are we going to do this, or what? Russia flushed, weighing his options as well as he could while he was drunk and very horny. On one hand, he didn't know if this was really how America felt, or if he was just taking out his frustration and sexual tensions on him. Plus, he and Vietnam may not have been dating, but Vietnam clearly had feelings for America, and it would crush him to find out the man he was seeing hooked up with someone he trusted. On the other hand, fuck logic, America is sexy as hell, let's do this. America watched Russia's facial expressions as he contemplated his situation and rolled his eyes affectionately, deciding to take matters into his own hands. He leaned in more, pressing their half-naked bodies together even more, surprising the poor Russian facing a moral dilemma. He leaned in close to Russia's ear, his warm breath sending pleasurable tingles down Russia's spine. "I need you," America whispered, gently pulling on his lobe with his teeth to entice the man under him more. Russia gulped, grinning widely and blushing madly. He hooked his hands under America's thighs and stood up abruptly, causing America to laugh heartily and throw his arms around Russia's neck, wrapping his legs around him to hold on. "Attaboy," America cooed lowly, only turning the Russian on more as they headed to their shared room. "What they hear us?" Russia asked while he carried America off like a groom would to his bride. America only chuckled, tangling his hands in Russia's fluffy hair and kissing along his jawline again. "They won't mind." And that's the end of this chapter, and Jesus fucking Christ. Well, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time, and I will see you tomorrow!